The days are warm, we're outside more. That's going to really impact our evening.
Definitely in spring because it's cool. Trails aren't too dry. That's what I like. It gets my heart rate up. I grew up back in the 70s. We didn't do sunscreen. We did baby oil.
Yes, we did. Welcome back to the Healthy Sleep Podcast. We're your hosts, John and David, and this podcast is all about living a healthier life through a great night's sleep. Each episode, we explore practical tips, science-based insights, and daily tips to help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling truly refreshed.
And spring is a time to reset habits, clean your house, do all kinds of things, right? So today, we want to talk about, what everybody does in springtime. I mean, what do you guys do? What does our healthy sleep community do in the springtime, to reset habits? I like it better than New Year's myself because it's a longer period of time and man, the weather's a lot better. So, tell us, share your ideas about what you do for spring. But we're going to dive into some things that we like to do. I mean, I know one thing I like to do is I like to get outside. I mean, getting outside is just wonderful for me.
It is for me too. I'm gonna tell you right now, you see new growth, you have warm weather. Well, it's amazing. Time to clean up something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Straighten out those habits.
Yeah, that's right. I like to get on my mountain bike, but if I don't have time for that, I'd just go for a little quick walk. Spring is a busy time. I mean, we expend a lot more energy, and so that we need more recovery too. So, we'll talk about that here. We're going to talk about activity. We're going to talk about recovery. We're going to talk about sunlight. Talk about a lot of things at this podcast. We want everybody just to really think about spring as being a time to really be springful.
Be reactive. Spring is really a great time. It's an amazing time. It's fresh. There's plants are starting to bud and flowers. And so we have a little pollen thing. We won't talk about that.
We do.
But we will talk about the refreshing part of it. The days are warm, brighter. We're outside more. We're moving around a lot more. So that's going to really impact our evenings quite a bit when we're ready to go to sleep. So you have a lot of new activities. You got new things that you're looking at and thinking about. I know for me, it's absolutely one of the greatest times of the year. So why not capitalize on that moment where, hey, I'm a little more tired in the afternoon and the evenings. Let's practice better sleep.
Good point. Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely agree. I can't argue about that. Yeah, I know one thing is you mentioned the pollen and it gets a little rough down here. But another thing about springtime that's awesome is washing your car seems like a task, but it's actually fun. I mean, to me, because you can do it by yourself and you get energy and you're given energy, but you also can do it with a friend or your children or whatever, and so It's a family time. You get to clean your car, but you're also getting some exercise because you got to bend down and get up and do a bunch of air squats, whatever. Yep. You're just and so there's different, make things fun. If you get to mow the grass, I mean, you get to do things. I don't have to do it, but if you get to mow the grass, it's another time that you get to get some exercise. And so, but to your point, we definitely need to make sure that we are recovering because during the wintertime maybe we weren't doing as much, and so now we're sore. So sleep is important.
It is, and again, it gives you all those things we talked about. It, you fill up your brain with all these things during the day, and then right before you go to sleep, or a couple hours before you go to sleep, you reflect on the day. Think about some of the new things that you saw today. Think about the new things that you smelled today. All those things will relax you. And, when you're physically tired, that'll help you mentally unpack and get ready for night.
Yeah. So get a better night's sleep. I like to work out hard. I mean, I just do. I like to get on my mountain bike and ride in the summer, in the springtime and summer, but definitely in spring because it's cool. There's the trails aren't too dry and everything. So that's what I like. It gets my heart rate up. Mm-hmm. And in the best world, I like to do it in the morning. But right. Just to kind of get ready for the day. I feel like if I go ride for an hour, then all of a sudden, man, the rest of the day's easy. But that being said, you don't have to do that. I don't have to ride. I can go for a walk. It's better for me if I'm more consistent. If I get to ride my mountain bike, great, but I can't do it every day. Right. It takes too much time to get ready and everything. But man, if I supplement or if I just walk, 15 minutes a day, I just have so much more energy, and then I'm also ready for bed at night. Right. So take time that you have and be intentional about it. I mean, like if I get up, because I get up at 5 every day, and I'm intentional and I do my stretching or whatever, but sometimes I want to do more. So, if you don't have time in the morning or I don't have time, then I can grab it at lunch, right. 15 minutes at lunch to be intentional, go walk around the block or whatever. Well, we get to walk around MattressGrove here.
Absolutely.
We can go back there and check everybody out and walk. And they're like, hey, John. I'm like, hey, I'm walking.
I do some walking, but I do some hopping. I'll hop on a mattress, lay there for a few minutes, hop off that one, hop on another one. So, yeah, I do a little hopping too.
I mean, if that works, yeah, absolutely. Now, I was wondering why that's called abuse. That's a mattress abuse. That you can't turn that in for warranty.
It's still testing.
Well, I know, but you can't turn it in for warranty. We're not taking that one back.
No.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many great things to do during the day.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's one of those things where just get out there. And like I said, you like to do it in the morning. I like to do it in the evenings.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to get my exercise in the evenings. Not too late, right after work. Again, it's one of those things where I get here a little bit earlier, so I'm trying to get stuff manufacturing done, and then towards the evening I start to cool down a little bit, and so I'm like, man, I need one little jolt, just a little bit of energy burn, and then I have dinner and I get ready for bed. But yeah, it definitely springtime and adding these things really does help.
Yeah, it definitely does. Makes me feel a lot better for sure. One thing that you and I both like to do, and this is a little bit extreme, but we like to backpack. We like to put our houses on our back and all our stuff on our back, our packs, our food, our shelter. But then we get to sleep in the woods, and we've talked, and we used to stay in tents. We sleep in tents, and now we sleep in hammocks with a nice shelter over them. Which I don't know if it's because we're older, we don't like to get on the ground and get back up.
Yep.
But those hammocks are nice because they're up in the air a little bit, and man, you never even have to sit on the ground.
Get positioned just right, and out.
Oh, it's so nice. But anyway, I mean, we've run across all kinds of things. I remember one story though.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Well, man, that time we were in Linville Gorge. And man, it was a heck of a hike down to the bottom of that gorge, carrying big pack, because we luxurize. We don't go with a 15, 20-pound pack.
No, we carry chairs. We carry everything. Yeah, all kinds of tables.
That's right. We're not trying to get 20 miles in a day.
No,
we're just glad to get to the campsite.
Carry steak in.
Yes.
We're not talking dry. These freeze dried meals. So yeah, we got a 30, 40-pound pack.
Yeah, that's right. But remember that time we went down there, and I mean it was May, I think. So all the critters were kind of coming out, but when that big old rattlesnake tried to bite you.
Oh yeah, when I got smacked by a trekking pole, you hit me.
Well, heck, you didn't see it. You walked right by that thing, and that thing went up in the dang woods, and I saw it. I was like, "God, get out of the way!" But that rattlesnake was huge.
He was the size of at least a softball round,
he really was.
And then I don't know, what was he, 6 feet, 8 feet long?
He was long. It was a big,
huge rattle.
Biggest one I've ever seen.
You saved my life.
Well, I did. Well, that's what brothers do. I mean,
I appreciate that.
But the interesting thing was he was a little cold, which snakes are this time of year, and so he was not aggressive. She, whatever, they were not aggressive. We had to actually force it off the trail because we didn't want it to bite anybody else. So we had to force it gingerly, but with our poles, and it finally went down the rocks. But man, that was crazy. That was a big rattlesnake.
That was a big rattlesnake. Yeah. That's the only rattlesnake I've seen on the trail, and we've done quite a few miles.
We have.
No, I appreciate that. And it was probably one of the that moment kept me going through the day, because I remember we ran across a lot of wildlife that day. We came up over that hill and a groundhog was there. I know groundhog's small, y'all, but once you've seen a rattlesnake and then you go up and you come up on a groundhog that's brown, it looks like a bear. I know it's a small bear, but I thought that was a bear.
You jumped higher than dang Michael Jordan.
I was not happy about that moment.
You scared me to death when you jumped. I jumped on me. Did. Good Lord. But anyway, yeah, but backpacking is good. I mean, it really is. Yep. It's great. It's nice because, again, you use all your energy for the day. Yep. Then you cook, and it's the best food in the world, even though it might be freeze-dried. It still tastes the best in the world. And then you make a nice fire, and then you climb in your hammock at dark, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and you do some good sleeping. So
that's awesome.
But anyway, that's and that's just another way you extend your energy. You extend all your energy mentally, physically, and then man, you sleep like a baby. Get up and do it again the next day.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's something that we don't do that often. I mean, we do it a couple times a year. I'd love to do it more, but hey, we got a business to run, and we got families to feed and everything else. So we got to take care of that. But getting out there is so much fun, and we get to tell stories like that.
Yeah,
together,
that's right.
So
There's always a story every time we backpack. I mean, or anytime. Yeah, and that's why just get out and do things. I promise. I mean, this past weekend I ran up on a big black snake, and again they're a little bit cold right now, so you can move them around. I know people are like, "Oh, you don't touch a snake." I actually picked the snake up. He's about 6 feet, but he's cold, so he's not aggressive or whatever. But if you don't get out, you don't see those things. Yep. And you don't have to be in the woods. Heck, I see it just walking down the road.
That's right.
Might see a bluebird or a cardinal, or I mean, just there's all kinds of stuff.
Well, and I mean, there's things that I try to do every single day, and that's grilling. Yeah, and I know you like grilling too.
I do, but I
like it when you grill, because then I don't have to clean up.
I like it when you grill. I mean, you're not afraid to grill anything. I mean,
that's right.
You'll grill a piece of celery and it tastes good.
I'll grill romaine lettuce. Oh man,
that's good.
Right now, you grill some romaine lettuce. It's good.
Nah, you've done good with that.
Then
corn,
any corn, asparagus. Green beans,
anything.
Brussels sprouts.
You do it all. Yeah,
I will put it on the grill if it can fit on the grill. I'm gonna put it on the grill.
I know, and there's something special about that. It tastes good.
It tastes good.
It tastes better.
And I'll do it all year long. But there's something about the springtime. In the wintertime, I'd probably grill maybe 2 times a week, something like that. But I like you said, I'll grill anything in the springtime. Anything, you name it, I'm gonna put it on there.
Well, I was at your house on Saturday night. You did some dang good grilling.
We did some grilling.
Yeah, I think there was a whole cow on there. I believe
it was a
piece of a cow.
It was a lot, a big thick piece of bacon.
It wasn't no bacon.
Yeah, but no, I one of the things that I also added in. I started to challenge myself. I created a challenge for myself through other people. I was watching people, but I'm going to challenge myself to do 45 minutes of walking or a workout, some kind of workout, every single day. And right now I'm doing it in the evenings. I get off work, go home, I put on my sweats and my shorts and my t-shirt, and man, I hit the road and I go to walking. No matter what. And the weather last night, man, it was cold. Because it was 80 and then it was 30. I was like, that's cold. I wasn't ready for it, but you know what? I did it, and I felt better for it. And every single night that I do that, I come home, I eat dinner, and then I'm able to relax.
Yep.
My body's ready to go to bed physically, and then I prepare mentally as well. So just that walking period just really has helped out a lot.
Doesn't have to be long. I mean, 15 to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
45 is probably better for you, but 15 might be just fine for everybody. Being consistent, right? Just having that consistently every day, or make it 5 days a week. Make it 3. If you're not doing anything, then make it 2 days a week, or make it 3. But
that's right.
Start.
The first day I did it, and then the next day I was like, man, great, I did it. And then the second day that I did it, I was like, this is even better. So the more repetition you do, the better you feel about it, and the better you're going to be about it. Now, one of the things that has helped me tremendously is the app Strava. And I think you and Morgan were talking about it at one time. And so I was like, well, what is it?
Right.
And I saw, and it's a tracking device. It's kind of like a social media. You know, you interact with your friends, and you can see what they're doing. And I was looking at all y'all's stuff, and I was like, man, I got FOMO. I got FOMO. I need to go give me some walking in, give me some exercise in. So I downloaded the app. There's a free version. It's awesome. I mean, it tracks where you went. It tells you how fast you went, how pace, all that stuff. And you can save it and share it. And then next thing you know, people are giving you a thumbs up and cheering you on. And I was like, man, that makes me feel good. It makes me feel great. Now I got people cheering me on. Yeah. I love that. But now I feel bad because now or not bad. I just feel like I got to do it now because I got to make sure I told you I was going to do it.
Oh, yeah. No,
accountability.
It holds you accountable for sure.
So you've got Strava too.
I do. I like it. Yeah, okay. I like it a lot. Yeah, I use it. I use it as well, mainly for mountain biking because it has segments so that you have a segment of a trail. Like if you go ride for, say, 10 miles, you may have, 10 segments. They're all different. It's set up through GPS. And so then you get to compete with whoever else is riding that trail, in that segment. So it's pretty cool. It keeps track and says, hey, you're number 1 or you're number 3, you're number 300 for that segment. So that's pretty cool. And you can do that as in running or walking as well. And it'll tell you, that's what I like about it. It'll tell you, your PR, your personal record. Right. It'll tell you, where you stand with your friends or your followers, where you stand with men, where you stand with people your age, your weight, all that stuff. But I think that's the paid version. I pay for it. Right. It's not a lot, but it's but anyway, we'll link it in the bottom of this episode. So that you guys can, if you don't know about Strava, like you said, it's just fun. I mean, just to share with your coworkers or whatever, you challenge them. And
I need some more support and accountability. Y'all come on, help me out. And if you need some, I'll be there for you.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. If you friend us on Strava, we'll friend you right back, and we'll be watching. We'll help each other stay accountable for sure.
Because you got this Spartan race come up.
Oh yeah, I got that. But so I don't know if I'm going to keep my Strava on because you got to have some kind of device.
But I'm sitting there watching you training, and Ellie, I'm watching her. I'm going, yep, they're working it. So
gotta work it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, now you got to work it. That's for sure. And like I said, if you guys. I'm just John Grove on there. I mean, we'll put our links in the bottom because we would we'd love it. All you guys be part of that. And heck, you can use it for skiing if somebody's in Colorado or if you're in North Carolina mountains or wherever you are. I mean, a lot of my friends here. They mountain bike, they go out west and ski, and then I see them, they're doing alpine skiing, sessions or whatever. It's pretty cool. I mean, they have like 10,000 foot changes of elevation where I'm over here riding my mountain bike and I get 900, 900 feet.
Exactly.
I didn't do much.
Changes a bunch. But no, it's really cool.
Yeah. And I mean, Annie, she's getting ready to run a marathon. Yep. And so I see her, her time keeps getting better and better. She was running 13-minute miles and she's 12 and 9 and now she's 10 and 9. Yeah. So, that's awesome. I mean, it's just something to talk about, and have some fun.
Encourage. I love to encourage people.
Yeah.
It really does help. And so springtime's a great time to do all that.
Springtime's good. Go Strava.
Go Strava.
Yeah.
I think the amount of physical activity that we do and change really, really is what makes our sleep better. One of the things that you get out there and you move, you create energy, but what we really don't pay attention to is sunlight.
Yeah.
And when you're getting out and you're getting this exercise and all that stuff, you give exercise all the credit, but it really, that sunlight really kicks in and is the springtime, regrowth. Why do plants grow so well in springtime? It's the change in the sun. It's the temperature, all those things. But sunlight really does. And what sunlight does a lot to your body, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you get all kinds of benefits from it. Yeah. I mean, I know one thing is not a benefit if you don't wear sunscreen.
Sunscreen. Yep. No, you do know that.
Yeah, I got to go tomorrow and get a little knock taken off over here on my a little sun damage over there on my ear. But that being said, the benefits outweigh that. But just wear your sunscreen.
Yes.
Because when I grew up back in the 70s, we didn't do sunscreen. We did baby oil.
Yes, we did. No, we're not going to talk about all the other things that happened either. That mom did this and mom did that.
Right. We're not going to blame mom for all that. But anyway, no question. We've listened to a lot of different people, and they talk about sunlight and how important that first sunrise, that first sunlight. So if you can get out again, you don't have to go for a mountain bike ride, or you don't have to go for a walk, but if you can just get out on your front porch, your back porch, wherever the sun is, have a couple sips of coffee, maybe stretch. But even if you don't stretch, just get out and get some sun on your body. It just sets your circadian rhythm so that it helps you, so you'll be ready for sleep when the sun goes down. So there's so many benefits from sun that's amazing. And again, going back to springtime, the days are getting longer. They're not getting shorter until June 21st.
Right.
And then they start getting shorter again. So we got that big benefit from now till June 21st. And so it's refreshing. The springtime.
It's very refreshing.
Yeah. We're talking about all these activities, and man, it's fun. And again, the recovery is super important. Here at Mattress Grove, David and I, we've been in this business a long time. Matter of fact, I think I just saw on LinkedIn, I've been in this business for the last time. I worked here, growing up a little bit, but ever since I got out of college and did my own thing for 33 years.
33
I know, that's
years.
Crazy. I know, that's crazy for me to think about it. But I mean, it's amazing because you and I, we work so hard together to make the very best products to genuinely help people have a better day, have better sleep. And man, it's just awesome that we get to do that, and we intentionally build products that are for sleep. We don't build them to be cold or whatever. I mean, that naturally happens.
Right.
We just used local components right here from North Carolina, and all of our wonderful artisans in the factory, and they know how to make great mattresses. We don't have to sit back there.
Right.
And so I really, we really feel fortunate that we're able to share some of these things with everybody, whoever's listening, but the Simply Luxe Artisan is just, that product is just simply designed, took all of the components, out of the luxury brands that we researched for many years, but took all the components out that meant something for sleep, like the hand tufting, the heavy, spring system that gives great support, the 18 slat foundation. I mean, all that stuff matters. But anyway, it's amazing that we get to do that.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's all the things about making your night more supportive, more comfortable, so that you fall asleep faster and you stay asleep longer.
Yeah,
and those are the key things that mattress is supposed to do, and that's what it should be designed for. And a lot of the things that are out there today are designed for different reasons. Marketing, just plain marketing, or throw it in a box, or all the other things that you hear. And we feel like that it's very important that you get a great night's sleep and you get a great product that delivers, and then you get a company that stands behind that. And so that's who we are. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, no question. No. And the artisans are, they're designed for recovery. So during the springtime, like Dave said, it's a great time to look and look at your mattress. And if you can't get in that mattress and just ooh and ah and say, oh, this is so wonderful, and then wake up recovered, feeling great, then it might be time to look for another mattress. And, we mention in every podcast, if you're new here, our phone number is on our website. MattressGrove.com. Go there. Our phone number pops up. It's 336-280-0077. It rings right to me, David and I's phone. We'll pick it up. We'd love to talk to you guys again, because we know how important sleep is, and we're here to help.
Call us and ask us questions, any questions about our product, about other products, about the industry, hey, about the weather for springtime. I don't care. Call me, call us, let's talk. Happy to hear from you. And, all of your information can only help us get better. And that's how we develop our products, is through your insight and your ideas and what your needs are.
Yeah.
So,
And even after 33 years, I know I can still get better.
I know.
Even after 33, I mean, we're always learning something every day, and the knowledge that we have gained after all these years, we want to share. We want to share with you guys, but we're always learning. So whatever knowledge you give us or questions you have, we'll share that with other people as well.
I mean, we keep talking about spring, and spring is the time to spring clean.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that, and we all do it. And it's one of those things where it's a refreshing time. And so I encourage and challenge everybody to add one or two new things to your sleep habit. Preparing for bed, it's one of the things that we talk about all the time. Yep. Maybe you go brush your teeth, and set your phone aside, turn off the notifications, not your ringer, but or whatever you're comfortable with.
That's right.
And set that social media aside for just before you go to bed, so that you're able to relax and clear your mind. Or, hey, let the temperature come down in your room a little bit.
Yep.
Somewhere around 68, 67, somewhere in there is really prime, what the experts say is prime temperature. For me, I'm good at 66.
Yeah, me too.
But the colder the better, as long as you don't get down to 16 like it was when we were backpacking.
That's too cold. That's cold.
Yeah, that was a different story. So, but I mean, and those are the things that I think right now is you're aware of some of the changes and the things that are happening. So now's a great time to try some of that spring cleaning. For sure. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I know. I need to clean my house. So, and I'm going to keep on focusing on the getting up early in the morning. I say I get up at 5. That's my goal. I don't always get up at 5, but most days that's when I get up. And the days that I get up at 5, I usually am a lot more productive. I'm better at my tasks, and then I'm ready for bed. But yeah, just like David said, one or two things. Just,
and consistency is a key.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Stay consistent. Do it for 5 days. Do it for 10 days. Start somewhere, but be consistent.
Yep.
Exercise every day, and if it's just 15 minutes, 15 minutes is better than nothing.
15 minutes, intentionally 15 minutes. If anybody does 15 minutes every day, for a month, I promise you're going to see a difference. If you're intentional about doing 15 minutes, whatever it is, whether it's just stretching, but you're intentional, you're not focused on anything else. You're just focused on that 15 minutes of walking, stretching, jumping jacks, whatever you do. We will all be better. I promise you, we'll get better sleep for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, we appreciate you guys tuning in to the Healthy Sleep Podcast. If there's anything that we could, encourage you guys is, join us in our Strava challenge. Yep. We really, we need, just like everybody else, we need the push. We need the camaraderie saying, go. There's not a lot of back and forth conversation there. It's usually just chat, just thumbs up.
Yeah.
But look in the link below, and you'll see where you can download Strava. And it's free and all that, but make sure if you do it,
connect with us for sure.
Connect with John Grove and David Grove on there. Yep. But we appreciate you guys. Again, after 33 years, we still love the business. Love it more today. I can't believe I love it more today than ever. I mean, it just gets better every year, every day.
We have more fun too.
Absolutely,
enjoying spending. I enjoy working with you so close.
It's awesome.
Really does make a big difference.
Yeah, it does. It makes a tons of difference. And again, we're just here. I feel like God put us on earth just to help people.
Yep.
And help people get a better night's sleep. And again, whether you go to MattressGrove and you pick out your favorite mattress, or you give us a call, we've done our job. We've done what we can help with. And if we don't have the product, or we don't have what you need, we're happy to help direct you into that better sleep, because without better sleep, you don't have a better life.
No.
And bad sleep is not normal.
Bad sleep is not normal.
Bad
It's
sleep is not normal.
It is not. I'm telling you, there's so many people that accept it, and it's not. That is not the case.
No.
You can fix your sleep. I promise you.
Yep. Baby steps or big steps or whatever.
I'm working on my fitness.
Fitness. I got it. Hey, fitness is good.
Fitness is good.
Yep. Because if you work on your fitness, guess what? You sleep better.
That's right.
But and if you know anybody that's struggling with sleep, please share this podcast. Like it, share it. Comment on this podcast. Or send us a DM. We love answering those questions. We'll start bringing more of those questions out as we go down the road, so that you guys can start to hear what some of our followers and some of our communities asking. So we really appreciate you guys.
Yeah. So until next time.
Till next time.
Get better sleep.
Get better sleep.